doing some family things all day, so have to get back to the crib in time for this.
I feel it. Is this your first interview?
Oh nah, I've done a. Assuming is this about the Nigeria basketball stuff?
Yeah, mostly. It's gonna be mostly about
Okay,
that.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, last summer I kind of had like a hell of people hit me up, so. But it's the first one in a while. The first one in a while.
Okay, okay. That's what's up. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Mic Drop Podcast. It's your boy Alex Fordu. Follow us on all social media. Links will be down below. I got a special guest in the building, Zion. How you say your last name?
Olojede,
Olojede. I didn't want to mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
you good? You good?
So, what part of Nigeria are you from?
My family. I have family in Lagos. I have family in Ibadan. I think I have some family in Puerto Rico. I have family everywhere. So like me
Mm,
personally, I was born in New York. But
okay.
my parents and my siblings were all born in Nigeria. So I just missed the cut. My parents moved to America, yeah, right before they had me. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm the only one in my family that was born in New York.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So I guess we'll start it off, by asking, tell us a little bit about yourself. Talk about where you're from, where you went to school, what got you into doing what you do.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm Zion. I'm from New York. Born in Queens. Grew up in Long Island. Now back in Queens. Uh, well, maybe I shouldn't share that with everybody. Not everybody needs to know that. But
Gonna
yeah,
keep it
go.
confidential.
Yeah, keep it confidential. Growing up, yeah, basically, I was always someone who was kind of invested in sports. Even from a Nigerian household and from siblings, that I think my brother kind of put me on sports, but as he grew older, he kind of shifted away from it. And I came from a very family that's invested in education, as uh, I, I
Yeah,
I can imagine you know as well. So
absolutely.
my family, yeah, my family was very much making sure everyone was in their books and in their studies and had a vision. And
Hmm.
for me, my dad growing up did always tell me that your passion for sports will die out, and you will eventually figure something figure something else out in your life. But for me, it just never did. Even growing having siblings, my sister is a doctor now. She went to UPenn. These are older siblings as well. My brother is in law now. He went to Duke. So, I already had a lot of pressure. Yeah, I had a lot of pressure on me growing up to kind of match that. I mean, I went to Lehigh University, which is a pretty good school, more so
Yeah.
for engineering in itself. But, I think, my passion, even though my parents, kind of, and even relatives from Nigeria would tell me, oh, maybe you should do law, do something in medicine,
Hmm.
do something engineering. Your school specializes in engineering. You should do engineering.
Hmm.
It just never clicked for me. I was always just passionate, about doing something in sports, whether it was media or working with a team. Um, and I think that what's kind of driven me, like growing up. I did a lot of stuff on my own, did a lot of side gigs, before
Hmm.
money became, really passion, or like a goal. Like it was just straight out of passion what I was doing. So,
Yeah.
growing up, that was easy for me. So like, well, really, I just got to college and eventually, I committed to being a journalism major and
Mm.
personally didn't have any opportunities. I didn't have a summer job or internship till my junior year, and that was with Complex, which is where I'm at now full time. But yeah, I think that's kind of where I've come from and kind of my background,
Okay.
um, and yeah.
Okay. Did you do anything for Lehigh as far as like writing or public relations are concerned?
Yeah, for Lehigh, I worked with their media relations team. I was personally someone who just wanted to be around sports. So, and I didn't really know before I did do like the journalism thing. I just wanted to do something in sports. So, I really just hit up the SID, the media relations team over there, um, and said, whatever I could do to help. Just I want to be involved, in
Mhm.
some way. And they hooked me up and kind of as a freshman, who didn't know anything about college. They said, yeah, why not? And they hooked me up with a job, and it wasn't even paid. I said, I don't care if I get paid. It was just I just want to do something, put my resume in just to get situated with working in media and sports. So I worked with them for my freshman year, actually up to my senior year. I actually made it my senior internship. I finessed that because I was doing that my fresh already, and they're like, you have to
Yeah.
do something in whatever, something in
So that was
media.
like an
So
internship, basically.
essentially, it was an internship, but it was for like by my fourth year, I was already so experience for them that like it was just like yeah, we'll just call it an internship, but you do this normally, so like
Yeah,
yeah, it is what it is. But
that's
yeah,
dope. That's
yeah,
dope.
so yeah.
Okay. So like, in what capacity did you work with the Nigerian men's basketball team?
Well,
I did some research. I don't want to
yeah,
just
yeah,
freestyle it.
yeah, of
So
course.
yeah.
I mean that started, and I wrote a story on this last summer when obviously the team went viral on Twitter and whatnot, and they were asking for who was behind the account. But yeah, I started that account, and like I said, going back to the point where I did side gigs and things just for passion. I
Hmm.
started that account in 2012, right before they qualified for the Olympics,
Okay.
because I saw the team and I was like, I looked around and there was nobody covering Nigeria basketball, and
Yeah.
I was just like, nobody's invested into this. I was like, I saw what it could be. Like I saw the one NBA player they did have, the former NBA players they did have. I was
Hmm.
like, and I've always been someone like that, obviously taking pride in my Nigerian heritage, but I've always been someone that said growing up, like, if Nigerians will play for Nigeria, real Nigerians, Nigeria would have a stacked team. And like that's always been like on my
Absolutely.
mind. So yeah, that's always been on my mind. So
Yeah.
I created that account in 2012, um, and just to provide coverage for the team in some way. I mean, I was tweeting in 2012. I was looking back at the tweets with one of the players the other day. In 2012, I was tweeting to nobody. I was getting maybe 2 retweets. A lot of the tweets were going, no retweets, no likes. But like, I was just doing it because there was nobody else doing it. I felt like it was a lane that if the program develops into something that it should develop into, I'm going to be ahead of the curve.
Hmm.
And essentially, I was. So that it really just grew into me um, building that account. Then eventually, as years went by, I started connecting with players. I eventually connected with one of the former coaches, and it got into a point where he saw we had a site that was actually linked to the page. It was literally had a database of like Nigerians, every single Nigerian in college, and maybe some of the top high school players. So
Damn.
I would be working with the coaches to send them names and whatnot. So it really became beyond just social media. Um, and then I started creating highlight reels for the players just for fun. I mean, some of them paid me, but like I was really the only one invested fully into this. So like it could continually grew, and eventually the account became the official account. Just like by naturally, I guess it just naturally happened. I to this
You
day
didn't have
don't
to
know
like
how.
go through Twitter, verify, and do it.
Yeah, yeah. It just naturally happened because I mean, I built a rep enough to not trick people
Yeah.
into thinking it's a real account, but like I'm the only one with information.
Yeah.
Like
It's the only account. Yeah.
yeah. I'm the Shams. I'm the Adrian Woj for Nigeria basketball.
Talk your
So
shit. Okay. Okay.
but that's what it was. Like nobody else really cared
Facts.
enough. So like I that's why I feel like they did it. And then eventually, I hit up the coach in 2016 and asked him if I could come, work with the team before they went to the Olympics. And so, like for the USA run, um, the USA game against in Houston, I went down for that. And I was with the team the whole week, so I got to finally meet some of these guys face to face, and like build a relationship that was where it really started. And yeah, so I was able to get real content, not just far away content, and eventually that grew into obviously you know continuing to cover the team. And last summer I was with them in Vegas. I actually hit up Coach Mike Brown. Someone connected me with Mike Brown, and yeah, he got me. He said, "Yeah, come out here and cover the team." And eventually, they beat the USA, and
Yeah.
the rest was history. The rest was history. I went
No, that's
crazy on
dope.
Twitter, and yeah,
That's dope as hell, bro.
yeah,
That's
appreciate
really
it.
dope. Um, so you said you like met like Nigerian basketball players in person, or has it just been like a virtual thing so far?
Yeah, most of the players I met in person last summer or in 2016. I mean, and some of these guys like have developed into like really close friends, really like my brothers. Some of them like, especially some of the guys that played, that have been playing for a while. Like I could really call them my older brothers. Like I would look out, they would look out for me, and whatever I could do to help them, I help them. So, and even last summer, I think last summer was the really cool for me because uh, although they won the game, I was getting a lot of headlines too. So a
Mm,
lot of the guys, even like the guys that play in the NBA, like a Gabe Vincent, like they'll hit me up on
yeah.
or Mezzi Metu, they'll hit me up like, yo, you really a star out here, man. I was just like, yo, y'all the ones playing, man. Y'all the ones y'all the ones giving me the platform. So it's really been cool, and I've been able to stay in touch with them and really develop a relationship with everybody. So it's been really cool.
That's cool. That's really cool. Um, okay, so you pretty much covered majority of my questions. So let me see. I
Sorry,
gotta
that's the
skip
that's
through
the
it.
journalist in me.
You good? Do you have? So is it just your main account and then the Nigerian national basketball Twitter account, or do you have any other accounts? Because I know you
All right.
said you're a Duke fan, and I know I
Oh
see that other
man.
account. Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
do my research.
Oh man.
Yes, sir. Are
He
you a Duke
really
fan?
did. Yeah, yeah. I'm a Duke fan. Like I said, my brother
Okay,
went to Duke.
likewise,
Yeah. Okay.
likewise.
Okay. Yeah. 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 My brother went to Duke, so I grew up
Hmm.
a Duke fan. Like that was really one of the first campuses I really was on around. So naturally became a Duke basketball fan. Um, and yeah, I think obviously it's not my own. I would say that's probably my most consistent account I'm on. I would say that I have a
Yeah.
Duke account. I have a straight Duke account that's strictly just Duke content and Duke talk.
Hmm.
It's I think it's almost at 30. It's almost at 30K Twitter followers. So I was able to build that up over time, and you know, um, I guess sometimes people call me the voice of Duke Twitter. But it's just like it's been fun. It's really just been talking Duke basketball with people, and we've turned it into live shows. Those live shows are now sponsored, so like it's just been fun because it's something I built. I built for fun, kind of like Nigeria basketball. I started the page really early because I kind of saw what the trend was with Duke NBA players. So that's like the handle
Yeah.
Duke NBA. So initially I used like just the NBA angle to build my following. Um, and obviously it worked because I started. I have a lot of obviously players following me. Like it started with like Kyrie and Quinn Cook and all these guys who Quinn Cook really pushed my page like crazy. Like I give him the credit because he really
Shout out
pushed my
Quinn.
page. Yeah, shout out to Quinn. Up there, and then obviously it's led to other people like I'm able to build relationships with players like Trey Jones. I'm really cool with. So it's been a fun ride just because really was just for fun. Like really, like Nigeria
Yeah.
basketball was for fun, but it's also because like I really wanted to push the brand, but like this was just straight fun, having fun, and it's been able to turn into something big. So it's something I love to do.
Yeah, that's the best thing in the world when you build something from the ground up and then
Right,
it just ends up, becoming another source of income that,
right,
you're
right.
passionate about.
I will say even another like is really that account is really crazy. It really opened my mind when I was literally at Duke games and Barclays for the ACC tournament, and I just be walking around, and in fact, someone actually tapped me on the shoulder once while I was walking and said, "Oh, are you Zion?" I was like, "Oh my god, you follow me on Twitter, right?" And then it was funny because the first game I went to, I sat down and a family, a whole family, like a mother, a dad, and a son. The son was the one who followed me, but she tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Are you Zion?" Oh, I was like, "Oh wow!" I was like, "Oh man, this is crazy!
Damn.
Like this is crazy! Like people is recognizing you randomly in public is it was crazy to me." But yeah, that count is has been definitely been good to me.
That's good. That's good. So how did like the whole situation with Complex start off? Like, how did you even get? I don't know if you mentioned it earlier, but
Mhm.
um, try to elaborate a little bit more on like how you got that whole deal.
Yeah, with Complex, that was funny enough. That kind of links back to Duke Twitter, because
Mm,
junior year, summer, I was kind of looking for an internship, and there was really nothing. Like I was, and this was like I was like, this is make or break. I don't have anything on my resume. I don't have nothing. I need something. Um, And funny enough, I was just searching just for anything. I was familiar with the Complex brand, but I really wasn't. What I was familiar with Complex, not really the sports brand of things.
yeah,
Um, because they were still kind of low profile with the sports angle. But one person who actually worked there as a social editor, funny enough, at Complex for the sports and sneakers, but mainly sports too, was followed me on the Duke Twitter account.
mm,
And so I saw there was opening, and I literally just DM'd her. I think I was already following her, but I literally just DM'd her and said, uh, uh, "Hey, I just applied to the complex internship, sport internship. Is there any way you could connect me with anybody working there? And blah blah blah." And she was just like, "Yeah, yeah, for sure, yeah, for sure." And she really just sent my name to the editor. um, Initially, they were gonna have me do an interview. Like they called me the next day. They were originally gonna have me to do the interview, but then the next day they just canceled it for some reason. And just said, "Yeah, we want you to come into the office, and the internship basically gonna be yours." And I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "Okay, I will take it. I will take it."
just like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and it wasn't even like you know any pressure or anything. Like they did say like they didn't know if they were gonna hire an intern at all. So like there was like okay, the fact that you got recommended is good enough for us. But yeah, that was really this guy, man. God looking out for me there. But
Facts.
yeah, eventually that internship, I did pretty well. Or else I think I did. They said you can freelance while you go back for your senior year. Freelance writing. That internship was mainly writing. It wasn't really social. It was writing and like interviewing people. And they said you can freelance while you're there. Funny enough, like the second semester of my senior year, they said they needed someone to freelance on social media, just for like World Cup games and NFL Sundays. So I actually did that during my second half of my senior year. Um, and see, I was looking for a job so bad, so bad. I was looking for a job, couldn't find nothing, couldn't find nothing. Ironically enough, I had to take an internship somewhere at Action Network, which was cool for me, but I wasn't big on betting, especially at that time. Like I didn't really know much about betting, but I was just like, let me go there and do something there while I wait for opportunity. The complex had a job opening as a social editor, looking for a social editor,
Mhm.
like in May. But like for some reason, I kept pushing. I was like, I have experience on every level for y'all.
Yeah.
Like I'm perfect for this job. And they really just didn't really answer the calls. I had people who were best friends working there. I told them, come on, push my name. They pushed my name, just nothing back. But eventually it grew. It kind of, I kept pushing. I just kept pushing. Kept telling people to, push because they didn't fill the role. But like
Hmm.
the role was open in May. I didn't really get an answer or response till October. So like it was just really a waiting game. And then once I interviewed, they liked me, and I made promises to them. I was like, yo, if you hire me, I don't care what you're paying me. I promise you, I will. I promise you, like I will change things around, and I will, I will make something happen. Just give me a chance, and they gave me the job as the social editor at Complex, and from there I was able to build the account up. I think we started at 40K Instagram followers. We're at like 960,000 now.
Okay.
Yeah. Twitter was like 80K. I think we're at like 450,000 now. So like it's been able. I've been able to really live up to what I promised them, and eventually
Facts.
I've been able to do other things beyond social since building that.
So is that so being a social? You said it was a social editor.
Editor. Yeah.
Okay. Because I saw in
Yeah.
your bio it said sports content lead. I
Yeah.
didn't know. Is that the
That's
same thing?
no, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
I got promoted about last year. I kept that quiet just because I don't know. I don't know why I did, but like I'm kind of like I like I like being humble, I guess. But like
Yeah.
I just don't like I hate everyone that I don't hate everyone that does it, but it's just not me to go on Twitter and be like, I hate personal news. I got this big promotion at Complex.
Yeah.
Please send me love. Like this is not me. Like if I get a new job, like maybe I want to let people know that I've transitioned, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to keep that quiet. But like yeah, I've been promoted since like for almost a year now.
Okay.
So like now I'm kind
What
of
does that entail? Like that whole position? I feel like it's
uh
more work.
yeah, it's way more work. But although like I'm still heavily involved in the social process, it's more so like the overarching things of sports. So a lot of editorial stuff as well. A lot of creative content like ideating and game planning for the future. Um, but I really didn't even step into that role until like my title changed a year ago, but I really didn't step into the role until like March. Um, so like it's still fairly fresh to me, maybe even further than March. Yeah, but I can't even keep track of the months now, but it's still fresh to me. So I'm still definitely um, learning and trying to figure things out. But it's been a fun ride with Complex for all these years.
Facts. Facts. Where do you see yourself from now, like progressing until next year? Like this time next year, where do you see yourself?
That's tough. That's always a tough question when people ask me that because I've never would have imagined me being in the position I am now at my age. I feel like I fast tracked a little bit past my game plan, and therefore I'm kind of left in thinking, okay, what's next? I think I'm still personally figuring out what's next. Um, but I think if you told me in college I'll be where at this point where I am, I wouldn't believe you. Like
Mm.
I think it was something maybe 29ish. I'm 26 now, but like 29ish, 30ish, I'll be here. Um, but yeah, it's always tough for me. But I don't know. Wherever God wants to take me, I'm a follow.
Big facts. Big facts. Anything else you want to add? Those are all my questions. You feel me? Anything else you want to add, or any questions for me? Shit.
Yeah, man. What's your goals? What's your goals? What are you up to these days?
Um. So I am an artist. I signed an artist development deal with Bentley Records.
Okay, congrats.
And I'm basically trying to use this podcast and this channel that I have to kind of like build relationships and network, but also promote my music as well. Because I
Yeah,
kind of feel like most rappers kind of do it backwards, where they try to get lit or get like notoriety from their music first and then do a
yeah,
podcast. So I'm
yeah.
trying to do like both at the same time type of shit. So
Oh,
um,
that's dope.
yeah, yeah, that's basically from California. I moved to Texas 2018.
Okay,
Um,
how you
I used to
liking
be.
that?
It was definitely an adjustment. It was definitely an adjustment.
I can
Uh,
imagine.
I was born and raised in Cali, so I moved to Texas when I was like 18.
Okay.
And then I went to the Navy for a couple years, and then got out of that. It wasn't really for me. I was in the reserves anyway, so it
Okay.
wasn't. But right now, I'm just focusing on music, podcasting. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's dope. Hey, keep at it, man. If that's your passion, go for it, man. Like that's what I always
Appreciate it.
tell people, man. Never shy away from your passion. If you put enough work in, it's gonna come. The fruits will be reaped.
Definitely, definitely. What's your favorite Nigerian food?
uh, I mean, I don't want to be cliche. It is jollof rice, but so a lot of people might say it's not. That's not like fully Nigerian. So I don't know.
That's definitely me. That's definitely me.
Yeah.
I
I
could eat that
mean,
any time of the day, bro.
exactly. So it's always it's tough. I mean, I love pounded yam too. So you know, I dabble in everything. I won't lie that I eat every Nigerian food. I don't like, my
Yeah.
parents might get mad at me, but like, I don't eat everything, but I dabble. You put a Nigerian flavor in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
Hmm. When was the last time you've been to Nigeria?
Man, 2003, 2003 or two. It's
Damn.
been a long time, bro. It's been a really long time, and I've always been trying to go back. I think school kind of. I was supposed to go during school, but that kind of took away. And then I was supposed to go right before during the pandemic. We were scheduled to go, but then the pandemic happened. Um,
Hmm.
and I've always wanted to go back, especially now, especially with all the Nigeria basketball stuff. They've been
Hmm.
begging me. People on Twitter have been begging me. Just
Yeah.
come to Nigeria. We got to do something. We got to. I'm like, that when the time will come. The time will come. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be
You think
there.
it'll be this year? Maybe next year?
It's not gonna be this year. It's not gonna be this year.
Okay.
I can see it happening next year. I think I have to at this point. Like I have no excuse at this point. So
Since
you know,
03, that's kind of
y-
crazy.
yeah, bro.
Think of,
Yeah, bro. It's I do be ashamed because all my siblings go back. Like my sister was there like 2 years ago. She don't even live. She don't even live in America anymore. But my brother went back like 2 years ago. My parents went last year. Like it's just me. Everyone over there is waiting on me. So I got to. I got to.
Do you listen to any Afro beats
Oh yeah,
music?
Burna Boy is my favorite artist in the world. In the
Okay,
world.
okay.
In the
Well,
world.
you're a lot like me in a lot of ways. You're a Duke fan, Burner Boy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I
yeah,
like it. I
yeah,
like it. What's your
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
Burner Boy song?
Uh, I mean, Ye is obviously the classic. It's always
Yeah.
gonna be like my number one played song of all time.
Mhm.
Um, what else? What else? What else? I'm not trying to pick popular songs.
Yeah.
Oh, Like the Party
Yeah.
is the first Burna Boy song I heard back in like 2020, whatever it was, 2013, 2012. So like that's the
Okay.
song that put me on to Burna Boy. So that's definitely in there too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like Burner Boy. I like Rema. Rema.
Yeah, I like
I
Rema.
actually met Rema's manager a long time ago. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's dope.
I love
That's
Rema.
dope.
But shit. Let the people know where to find you: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that. Do you have a YouTube?
No, I don't have. I don't. Well, I have a YouTube for Duke basketball, but not
Oh.
anything else. But yeah, I would say you can find me at Zion Olojede on all platforms. ZionOlojede. Yeah. My Instagram is okay. It's kind of dry. You'll probably see more content on stories, but on Twitter you'll see a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, a lot of sports talk.
Mm.
Maybe some Nigerian references in there every now and then. I get all these Nigerian people following me uh, every couple months when I start tweeting on that Nigerian account, but I think they get disappointed because I don't be I just be tweeting about sports. So like I don't carry the same thing. Like if you want the memes and whatnot, I'll tweet a couple of them, but you gotta find that Nigerian basketball, the Duke accounts. That's where I be late.
Mhm.
I be in complex. That's where I I'll be shooting the memes.
For sure, for sure. Appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much for taking the time out
For
to do it,
sure.
bro. I really appreciate it, bro. You're welcome
Yeah.
back anytime, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate you for having me. Definitely, this is dope for sure.